Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, the FAIRLANE Garage. Today we are going to take on that gas gauge. I told you guys in the last video, the gas gauge doesn't seem to be working. It's a simple troubleshoot. We're going to test it out and see if we can get it to work, or if it's going to need replacement. And like one of my friends told me, got to win the small battles. That's a small battle I want to win right now, and then we'll take on bigger battles. But I'll take a small victory. So I picked this wiring diagram from classiccarwiring.com. If you guys are working in any car, you pick one of these up. It tells you where to find stuff. Seems difficult to read, but it's pretty simple. This is pretty much the under the hood stuff, and then this is pretty much all the in dash, under the dash, behind the dash stuff, and then this is the rear of the car right here. The gas sending unit wire wasn't hard to find under the car. It does tell us here, that it's a yellow wire, but it was black under the car. This car was redone. Some of the stuff was redone. So if your car has been redone, some of the wires are not going to be the color as indicated here in the key. They might be different, but at least it gives you a reference of what to look for, where to look for it. What's cool about this diagram too is that it gives you the firing order for your distributor. If you got a 6-cylinder or an 8-cylinder, it gives you the firing order, verify it is correct. So I think that's pretty cool. If you take your spark plug wires off, or doing something under there where you got to rewire it, it gives you the firing order. So that's a good reference. All right, so let's go under the car. And all we need for this troubleshoot test is just this, one of these little test light kits. Alright, we're gonna go under here. Let's see. Alright, so here is the gas tank. Alright, here's a fuel filter. We have an electric gas pump, so it's back here. This wire here, if you guys can see it, sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle here. Right there. So this wire here, it's the one that sends the signal to our gauge. Like I told you guys, it looks to be black. Our diagrams say yellow, but it could be yellow at one point. Not sure. Okay. So if we test our wire, we test our gauge, and all that stuff is good, then it's going to be our fuel sending unit that's bad. And then we're gonna have to replace that, which is in here, if you guys can see it. These it's kind of hard to see from there, but put a little bit. Okay, right there. So we're gonna unplug this, and there's a way to test it. All right, so we're gonna put our thing in here. So with the key on the on position, just on position, it doesn't have to be the ignition the motor doesn't have to be on, the car doesn't have to be on, just the ignition on. And then if we put this to a good ground, let's try it. Let's see, this right here. Okay, and this is supposed to be getting a pulsating signal from our gauge. So let's turn our key into the on position. Alright, so as you guys can hear, our fuel pump is on. Alright, so we got a signal. Let's see, this is supposed to pulsate if we have a signal. Okay. Nothing there. It was rewired here. You guys see this connection here? So we're gonna just poke our cable here. Let's see if we have any signal there. Nothing there either. Let's switch our ground. Make sure we have good ground. Still, oh, there we go. There we go. So you guys, can you guys see that? Alright, so we need better ground. Okay, there we go. So that's working. Let's try to put it in here now. There we go, so you guys can see. Sorry, this is a really bad angle, you guys. So you guys see it's pulsating. I have it poking in there. So we know the wire is good. Alright. So we know our circuit is good. Now we are gonna, let's just start it up real quick. Okay. Alright, well it's not plugged in right now, so we don't have any movement. Okay. Alright guys, here we go again. Under the vehicle. So that ground didn't work, so we're gonna try to ground it with a piece of wire. All right, like I said, we don't have the right tools. We got to work with what we got, and it's only dumb if it doesn't work, right? So I got a wire there. Now we're gonna find, ouch, we're gonna find the ground with our right here. So you get it over here. Okay. Like I said, we know that this is a good ground over here because it worked earlier. So okay, so we got it at the other end hooked up right here. That should ground. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to turn the key and see if our gauge moves. There we go. Well, we know we got proper ground, just a simple wire worked. We didn't need to any other special tool for that. So our gauge is good, our wire is good, our circuit is good, so that means that the fuel sending unit for the car is bad, so that's what we're gonna have to change. All right.